Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and I am absolutely honored to welcome a true television and film icon to the show, Ed Begley Jr. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. So nice of you.
Congratulations on your 7th Emmy nomination.
Can you believe it?
I can.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. But happy to be nominated. Very, very flattered.
And nominated for a show on Facebook, Control
That's
Alt
right.
Delete. The times have truly changed, haven't they?
Haven't they? Margaret Ketch and Roni Gava wrote the script and they produced it. It's a wonderful show about a women's health clinic. I play a doctor there, and it's very funny, very engaging, all based on real stories from clinics across America.
Oh, wow. And America loves your ABC hit series, Bless This Mess.
I love doing it. It's so much fun.
We have a clip. Let's take a
Fantastic.
Oh, let's get these talents sparkling.
Really giving that bird the business, huh?
You know, Priyanka's up for Best 10. If we get a blue ribbon, I'm going to turn everything around.
There's a lot of pressure for one chicken.
Well, when we moved here, we really thought we were going to be farming the land. And we got our ass kicked with the soil and the weather, losing the tractor.
Well, your wife has done a hell of a job with that bird.
Right, Priyanka?
When she first came here, Rio was totally helpless. I was sure one day I was going to find her dead at the bottom of a well. Each morning I'd go over there and cry out, Rio! She was never down there. The wife, she's a strong woman.
She really is.
Enough jibber jabber. I need your honest opinion. You were Constance. Which pair of overalls would really get you going?
I think I'd go with the ones that were less stained.
Come on, don't jerk me around. I need this date to go perfectly.
And then I guess we're the ones that you're most comfortable in.
Oh my God, hilarious.
So much fun. Liz Merriweather is the showrunner and the writer. Lake Bell created it with her, and Liz Merriweather did a show called New Girl, if you ever saw that show. Wonderful show. She's very talented. And my girlfriend on the show is one Pam Grier, so I get to be in love with Pam Grier on screen as I have been my whole life off screen.
I know, it's not hard work at all, is it?
Exactly.
You're adorable. I mean, I love that you do crossword puzzles, and you're just like a very
Every day. Got to
down-to-earth-
do it every day. It's so much fun.
I've never been able to complete one in my
not great at
entire
getting out.
life.
Start Monday. Monday is pretty easy. Start with the LA Times Monday. I do the New York and LA Times. So start with the LA Times, which is easier than the New York. Do that on Monday, and you'll probably get through all or most of it. Then you build, then you do Tuesday and Wednesday, and
I
pretty
can't even
soon.
get through the kindergarten.
I know. Especially when you put on the spot like that, it feels like a lot of pressure.
I've got to ask, though, who introduced you to the crossword puzzle?
Harry Dean Stanton, a wonderful actor, Harry Dean Stanton. He was in Alien. He was in a bunch of movies, Missouri Breaks. He was on, a million shows and what have you. But he was a dear friend, and he did it back in the 70s. And I said, why do you do that? This is back in 72. He said, it keeps my mind alert. And when he got to be 90-something, I realized it was working pretty well. You know, he worked right up to the end. He was a wonderful guy, and used to be, I would call him for clues in the crossword. Then it kind of flipped around the other way. He would be calling me for clues, which was a great honor.
That's hilarious. That's adorable. So, you've been obviously in the industry for a long time. You know so many people. What would you say is really your takeaway from Hollywood? What is...
You know, I grew up in the San Fernando Valley. My dad was a working actor, and then I hoped to be a working actor. And we were never part of the Hollywood or Beverly Hills scene. Not much. Maybe when I was a little older I was. But it was all about the work. I didn't get that at the time. My dad tried to instill that in me, but I had it all wrong. I would be not saying to him, but I would always think, I want to be an actor. And why can't you just get me on Wagon Train or Gunsmoke, one of those shows?
Right,
I want a series. Make it happen, Dad. Call up one of your big friends at the studio, not knowing that he, of course, didn't have the power to do that. I didn't know that as a child. And more importantly, I hadn't done the work. I hadn't trained. Imagine the son of a plumber saying, oh, you're a plumber, that looks easy. I'll go out ride in the truck today, and you kind of put the pipes together, right?
Oh.
You need to train, you need to know how to do the work. I started to train, and then I began to work after that.
Your father being an Academy Award-winning actor, what did you learn from him?
He never gave me a formal acting lesson, but it was a kind of on-the-sly acting lesson. I didn't even know what he was doing. I was helping him, of course, by helping him run lines. It was a favor he asked me to do, and I loved to do, but he was there in embedding little acting lessons. Why don't you, it'll help me a little bit if you read it this way. The kid's kind of angry in this scene, so read it a little angrier, and I would do that, or read it a little less angry. He had different notes for me when I would be reading the scene with him, and that was very helpful to me as an actor. My first acting lesson was with my dad, and what a treat.
Wow, that's great. It's like a Karate Kid moment. He tricked you.
He did. He wonderfully, happily tricked me.
Yeah. Is there anything that has surprised you, either about the entertainment business or the ways in which it's sort of evolved over the years?
There's some very good things about the way it's evolved. The equipment has gotten much smaller, more lightweight, more compact, and so nearly anybody can make the guy who did Tangerine, what's his last name? Sean Baker. he did that on an iPhone. He did this wonderful, watchable, award-winning movie on his iPhone. So you can, that's taking it to an extreme, of course, but the more normal equipment, if you will, is very small. The professional equipment we use on Bless This Mess and other movies and TV shows is quite small. And the amount of light is much less because of the kind of equipment. The film wasn't as sensitive back in the 50s, let's say, and 60s. It had an ASA, a rating of like 25 or something. So you had to have 400 foot candles of light to get an f4, to get the lens to the right setting. And so that would be 10 times the light we have right now.
Wow.
And not cool lights like this, sorry, but hot lights, hot lights.
Well, speaking of lights, on your Instagram, you mentioned you were a solar-powered actor.
Oh, that's right. That's my little lame attempt at humor. I have a 9 kilowatts of solar, so it powers my house and charges my car. It got me here today. I got here really on solar power because I charge my car at home, and that's the solar house that's charging it.
I love that. Wow. When did you develop an interest in solar power?
I wanted it my whole young life. I had heard about solar panels in the early 60s and wanted them, but of course they were very expensive and hard to get back then. They're really just made for and used by the space program and a few others. There wasn't a lot of terrestrial use of solar panels. But then I started doing a lot of environmental stuff in 1970 because of the smog. The smog got me active as an environmentalist, and I did all the stuff I could afford. But I didn't get solar until 1985. I got solar hot water. Then 1990, I got solar electric, and I haven't looked back since 1990. I wanted it. I figured it was a good idea to make your power from the sun, and it was. That's the great thing about, an electric car. You cannot make gasoline on the roof of your house. I happen to know this. But you can make electricity in the roof of your house, so you can power your car with the sun.
Wow, it's incredible.
Speaking of your house, rumor has it that Scott, the constructional chef, was a part of building your very green home.
He was the general contractor, did a wonderful job. We completed the house in 2016. That's 3 years ago now. It's a wonderful house. Nothing ever goes wrong or breaks down. It's just wonderful. It's beautiful to look at. My wife wanted a French Mediterranean designed home by William Hefner, this wonderful architect. And the builder he worked with was Scott Harris. So they built this home that not only has everything that I need, the bones of it and everything embedded in the walls and up in the roof, all the green attributes, but it has what my wife wants, which is a French Mediterranean designed house. You wouldn't know it was solar. You can't see a solar panel from any part of the property. They both wanted that. I don't mind looking at solar, but they didn't want to see it. You get to the south end of the property and look up at the roof. You go, this Begley's a liar. He doesn't have one single panel up there. Get up in a ladder. Still, I can't see any. You get up a really high ladder. You get a drone to go over the house. You see, I have not one, but I have 40 solar panels, and I have 9 kilowatts.
Wow. Not to brag or anything, but I built a solar house once.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a miniature one. And to be honest with you, it was my friend's mom who really built it. So I guess it doesn't really count as much.
No, it totally counts. Anybody involved in building a good home like that gets credit.
Yeah, the drone wouldn't have been able to capture it, but the drone could have probably fit inside. Or maybe it could have fit inside the house. Either way. I don't know.
You have great humor.
Yeah, you
by
really
the way.
do.
It's one of your greatest geniuses. Clearly, it's not when you're just reading lines. This is who you are. So
You're very kind.
Yeah, I'm sure it's really fun for your wife and for your whole family and everyone.
My wife, not so much, but my daughter seems to appreciate it. My kids appreciate it. I have 3 wonderful kids, and they all seem to appreciate my humor.
Were you like that as a kid?
I was a class clown. I got taken away from my desk once for clowning around too much and put in a playpen in the back corner of the room.
Oh.
You want to play around? We'll put you in a playpen.
Wow.
That's what the nuns did back in the 50s.
Therapy ever since.
Exactly.
Ed, I'm wondering, after so many iconic roles, is there any role you're still looking to play or project you're hoping to create?
Boy, I've realized so many of my dreams. I've had so many great parts. If it just continues like this, to be honest, if it stopped tomorrow, and I hope it does not, but if it did, my glass is so full. I've been able to do so many things, and I'm still working. At my age, I'll be 70 in a few days, and I'm still working at that age. I never thought I'd work this long. That'll be 52 years I'll have worked in the entertainment industry as an actor.
That's incredible.
When's your birthday?
September 16th.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all of your entertainment and things. You brought us so much joy.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. Is there anywhere everyone can find and follow you on that Instagram?
EdBegley.com is my website. Instagram, it's Ed_Begley_JR for Junior. That's hard to remember. Or Twitter, it's at Ed Begley Jr.
All right.
Be sure to
Thank
tweet
you
him
so
for
much.
some crossword tips.
Yes.
Stay tuned. We'll be back tomorrow on Good Morning La La Land.